The ice cream cones came with a little metal packet that is just full of sugar. It's just full of sugar to be poured into the cones.
I got what has the Japanese not gotten a hold of, perfected, and then when everyone was like, "You did it," they went, "And now we'll begin." And you're like, "No, you fixed it. It was fixed. Do not break it." Like, no, we got to break this. We got to break this.
I still have some more questions.
Go ahead.
John Hastings is on America's Got Talent for 5 minutes, and now he's got houses in LA and London.
That's right.
Yeah.
You kept a house in London?
Yeah, I've kept a house in London.
Update, not sugar.
There's no fluid tasting enough to warrant sucking it out of him. Yeah. No, but it was did he do it when he was then in the band when they were the 4 Bee Gees that brief time before then his heart exploded?
Wow.
I'm not saying anything that didn't happen. That is what happened to him.
I'm a predator.
And it was going awesome. And we even started having drinks at a bar, and we each had girlfriends with us, whatever. We're having a great time until I got comfortable enough to go, hey, we share a birthday,
As someone who's been eternally single.
Go ahead. Is it your fault? Yes. No, sorry.
Stop tweeting after your dates, Ashley. Stop tweeting after your dates.
Oh, bad news, Paul. You're getting a Batman bed.
This is not bad news. I am so pleased.
Support them.
But you know what's more important than helping people's mental health?
Fuck you, John.
I'm just saying. Tom, you're a comedy fan.
Here's what happened. So I came up after she finished a couple times.
How did you
I'm not one's not enough.
What a
you go for 2. That's how you start it out.
Smoother crunchy.
And then oh Jesus, boom. And so so when I emerged, I went to kiss her and she just grabbed my face and she sucked it all out of my beard.
So hurtful. That's a literary reference. Oh no, I gotta.
Hey, he can't tie me up now. I'm the only one here. Books, pages. Right. Verb, noun, adjective. Nice. Someone get me that.
I'm very prone to bullying.
No, that you're talking about Andy Gibb.
I am talking about Andy Gibb. Pardon me.
Get your Gibbs straight if you want to come at me, bro.
Sorry.
Those nice bearded men and their Aryan friends seem like they're doing very different shows.
Marylane's got pink eye. She touched her in hole.
I tried to. It crawled away too quickly.
It's difficult with tea. Sometimes you try and tune it and you get Assam.
I'm officially declaring it. Jordan is the governor general of the stream.
God damn it, guys. I took Ritalin today. I can only focus on one thing at a time.
What is happening right now? Two screens. I want to have 2 screens.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Paul and I were walking through the park, and we walked past the tennis courts. A ball had gone over the fence. Paul went down, grabbed it, threw it over, and the young woman who was playing said, "Thank you, sir." Oh, ouch.
Right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to fucking take over this fucking festival, and you're not going to fucking stop me. Why? All these fucking robots are all around the fucking city, right?
Yeah, don't knock a spit roast till you try it.
Just hang on. Can you just keep going? Make an appeal right now for us to stop this whole thing. Go ahead, Tom.
I think we should see Paul's face for this. There's going to be tears.
No, your junk in the trunk is not as prominent. Make the camera go lower now. Jesus. Now bounce your bottom, sir.
What are we doing?
Having a nice time. So let's watch
That's
it one more
Betty
time.
Crease's Jamaican for poop shoot.
So I'm on the toilet. The toilet paper's here. I grab some of the toilet paper. I stand up. I turn around.
Wow!
Frank, no.
A whole lot of the world can get it right round itself if I have a bomb on bed.
There you go, buddy. There you go.
What was Tom talking
Whoa,
about?
whoa.
Go, man.
What happened?
Go, man.
The bed is what?
He did it.
Oh.
Richard Ball, we're over. I want people to be saying, Michael, is that a beard? And I can say, no, shit residue from the kink I enjoy participating in. I was moving into position right to blast away on her their chest, and I slipped on the sheets and accidentally punched her in the face. And then,
Too, but I was just so talented.
I know, yeah, you tried to.
Just like intangible red flag territory. Like he's not saying
Yes.
anything
Oh,
specific,
interesting.
But like
Yeah.
just as he's talking, you're like, do not be in a room alone with this man.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, so
So-
we can all love each other. No.
All right, great. Okay, great.
No.
This is great. What about him is an intangible red flag? Is it a way he appears, way he talks, hand gestures?
Do you know what the word intangible means?
All right, I'm gonna go have a piss. Ashley, you're in charge.
I'm in charge. I'm in charge. Bitches.
I went down on a juicy poozy, and
Uh-oh, got a fart in this chair. Is gonna make it reverberate. Hey, wait.
John.
Hey.
Oh no. Oh no. Everybody else, hey,
Hey.
What's going on? I'm just waiting for music. I thought you were getting music. Oh, I thought you were just
Fun
getting
of how
music.
my penis gets born.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Here's a shed.
the ice cream cones came with a little metal packet that
Oh.
is just full of sugar. It's just full of sugar to be poured into the cones.
I got what has the Japanese not gotten a hold of, perfected, and then when everyone was like, "You did it," they went, "And now we'll begin." And you're like, "No, you fixed it. It was fixed. Do not break it." No, we got.
Chris, John, and Irish Ashley combine to make the ultimate team, better than any wet dream. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream. John's the CEO and Boomer. Ashley's the real leader. Chris brings the vibes and juices as our enjoyment increases. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream.
Did that work? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Are you?
We can, but it doesn't sound like it's coming through that mic.
I know it's. Hang on one second.
Okay. How you doing, Ashley?
I'm okay. I realized in the intro video that I've been wearing the same pajama top and cardigan on the show all week.
How does that sound, everybody?
Good. A little quiet, but good.
A little quiet,
How
but it is
about now?
good.
Ooh.
No buzzing?
No buzzing.
Buzzing.
Oh, because guess what just arrived literally as I was about to hit the intro to start, which is I got this arrived from Amazon. Like I literally went, "Oh, we'll start the show. The Canadians are coming," and then bing bong. And I was like, "No."
That's awesome.
That's great.
I've stared in front of my computer for too long. It's very weird doing any other broadcasting things without you guys or Dylan Gott, because it's now the problem where I only know how to play with you. Like, do you know that thing? Like, this is a sports metaphor for someone who doesn't know sports, but it's basically like I've played this game too long with you guys. So the problem now is then someone else. Like, I'm doing this other thing with Tim Fitzheim, which is why I got to jump off a bit early because I have to attend a city council meeting.
Very
And
cool.
It's that weird thing of. I'll explain in a second because I realize Ashley, I don't think has any idea what I've been doing.
I don't.
It's this weird thing of I have to remind myself of like, he doesn't have the context to know. He doesn't like. We know how to talk and entertain with each other because we've done it every day for a fucking year.
Mm.
And that's weird thing of like, I don't have that with other people, and I get frustrated immediately. I'm like, how do you not know how to do this? How do you not know immediately to go in the funny? You fuck, and you're like, because he hasn't started his own small time cable access TV show.
Yeah, we are Wayne's
so-
World.
That's right. No, what's weird though is all of us are Wayne and Garth.
Yeah, that's why it works. Just a bunch of people lusting after Claudia Schiffer.
Exactly. No. Go watch. Ashley, go watch that movie right now. You can't be on the rest of this. Goodbye. You have to go watch Wayne Roads right now.
Oh, is the problem that Tim doesn't join in the Hype Train song? Is that what's been going on?
That is the problem. I tried to start the Hype Train song when we
Yeah.
were talking about. Hi, pardon, Johners.
Let me.
say
Sorry, I want to hear about. I wanted to bring this up, and I'm sorry for doing it while you started a new sentence. I thought we were somewhere else. Guys, we've got a new thing in the Discord where you can put up your stream summaries, and so at the end of the show, if you want to put your stream summary in there, we'll use the one that we like the most in the description on the podcast because we never remember what happened, so we need your help because
It's
we're
like
too in the moment.
as soon as it ends, I'm like, I have no idea what we just spent 2 hours talking about.
I literally read Kimmer's. So Kimmer's did it yesterday, and I read it, and I'd forgotten every single thing that she mentioned. Black and blue asses. How did I forget about fucking asses? That was a long anal talk. We talked about that for like 5 minutes.
We went into.
I have a theory on what's happened to my memory. Has this happened to your memory? Also, Ashley, most of my memories are interrupting you on this stream, so I feel that I remember everything. I now don't want to talk because I'm afraid I'm going to interrupt you again, but I already have, so I'm just going to keep going, which is I need a trigger for everything because I've officially had, this sounds really arrogant, but it's true. I've had more fun and memories in life than I think you're supposed to have. So now my brain is just sort of like, someone has to remind you of everything because I've just like, I've seen, like, you know what I mean? I've seen too many, I've been yelled at. I've had too many memorable moments in a strip club alone to remember them. So I just now have to have triggers.
I have that with people when they're like, hey, you know, what about do you not remember me? It's like, no, I don't. You don't understand. I was a bartender for 12 years, and then I've been a comic for 11. I meet so many people every day. I meet more people in a week than most people meet in a decade. And so I don't remember you, and I'm really sorry about it. I wish that I did, but I don't.
Yeah. Now do you have that same problem? Whatever your name is, woman on stream. Imagine we just don't know. We haven't known your name this whole time.
I don't really. I'm pretty on the ball with names and faces. Well, faces more. I might not remember your name, but I will probably remember why I recognize your face.
Frozen.
I like it. Perfect time to freeze.
Yeah.
I will remember why I remember your face.
Yeah.
Oh, it froze again. It froze again. You went, what?
That's Kimmer's absolutely right. If you haven't joined the Discord, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Am I unfrozen yet?
Yeah, you're
You are
back.
unfrozen.
You're back.
To the point that there is a comedian in Britain that hates my guts because I kept forgetting their name, and I judge them for not having a good enough career to understand that I've just met too many people. Like I literally in my head, I'm like, yeah, if you actually worked harder, you'd understand my plight, but you haven't. So that's what
I was
happens to you.
kind of amazed you remembered me as well as you did because we didn't meet that much.
I passed you a lot, and also it was like association with Monkey Barrel, and also we interacted almost every day at like that venue.
Yeah,
and it's also
that's
like
fair.
it's also unique.
And I
like,
paid
we,
you.
like that means nothing. I have forgotten. I'm very lucky, and people can be like, "Oh, you only remember people you work for," and going, "No, if it was that, there would be logic. There's no logic to it. Like I'm just." I have a sleeping disorder, and I've worked too much and pushed my brain is just a bit burnt out with it. I forgot every moment of living in Montreal until I lived in Montreal for 4 months, and then I got all of those memories. And as I was remembering those, every memory of Toronto left. Like I then went to I have to. Do you remember that time? Where was it? It happened in Toronto. No, wait till I'm there, and then I'll call you and be like, yes, I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Any clues? I remember 2 audience members. 2 that I've met doing stand-up. That's it. And one was a woman who unbelievably gave me a tag that was absolutely perfect. And she was right.
Yeah,
so I
you've
remember
told us
her.
that.
And then the other one it was a top secret. And this guy came over and he was just like, oh man, I really liked your set. And then his friend was sort of standing there uncomfortably, as friends will often do when one of them preferred your set over the other one. And I wanted to include the friend. And the friend ended up being someone who tests rocket ships to make sure that they don't fall apart when they're leaving the atmosphere.
What?
And so I just talked to him. I didn't care about the guy that liked my set. I wanted to know about Rocket Man. And I was like, how do you do? He was like, basically, we just shake the shit out of it. Like, we just shake it as hard as we can to see
So
what
like
shits off.
drop testing as a rocket ship.
Yeah, exactly. So he was fascinating because I've never met anyone like that. So he made an immediate, and I remember his friend was like, oh, I think his friend was annoyed that I was talking to his buddy and not him. And so he's like, oh, we should go. And I was like, you son of a bitch. I want to talk to your rocket friend.
I find it weird. I only really can consistently remember one audience member, and I'm going to tell this story very quickly because I don't come across well in it, but in the end it's saved, which is I had a joke that Chris will know that involves the N-word.
Oh, yeah.
And one Edinburgh preview under experimental conditions, under the supervision of one Paul Bjorn, I said it, and we did it intentionally and then stood at the back and polled the audience of like, how'd that go? And I didn't like doing it, but it was a purpose of experimentation to see if I could get away with it. And literally, I could see there was one guy at the back of the line who was not happy, not a happy camper that I did it. And like people, and we literally went, "Hey, we're gonna try this. If you have questions, concerns, come to that." And literally, like, wait. And as he was coming, Paul and I both clocked him. And as he walked up, I went, and Paul quickly explained what we were doing. And I have never seen someone go from like, wait, what? Understood. And then he literally turned to me and went, I actually see what you were trying for. I think the problem is that people, your heart is in the right place. That word is too volatile. The way you look at it is it takes me a second to understand that.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. And I went, that is the problem, right? And he went, it is. And I went, yeah. And then it was the most quick audience, like, huh? Oh, good. Bye. And then the next year we elected Donald Trump and had Brexit, and there will be no more cultural discourse because now we're just in Phyllis Schlafly's culture war, which isn't real in the US, but the British have invented, and now it is real there. And because of the internet, they're selling it back to America. And I want George Orwell to fuck off because I know in about a year when we get a torture ministry of love in England because they've run out of money, people are going to be like, George Orwell saw this coming. He's going, no, you read a book and then humans are stupid and just drove us towards this. Why can't the future just be like in Back to the Future 2? Why, Ashley? You've seen that movie. What's your favorite part of that future?
Biff's a bum.
Biff is a bum. That's right, Chris. That's
best part.
That's how we treat assaulters.
Did that come through chunky for you guys, or was that just am I freezing? I think I'm freezing.
I gotta switch my laundry over to the dryer. I'll be right back.
No, take us on the phone. Actually, how is your other life that isn't on stream? I've been meaning to ask you for days, and this isn't even a hemorrhoid conversation, and we don't actually have to talk about it if you don't want to.
I can be vague. I can be very vague.
That's what I was hoping for. It's more I want to see. I don't care about what's happening there. I want to see, are you okay? Because
I'm not sure I'm okay.
All right.
I'm having a crisis.
Okay.
And it's largely an identity crisis. I'm just like, this is so for anybody who's new to the show, doesn't know what my life consists of at the moment. I'm retraining to be a teacher. And it's I started in the schools yesterday.
Can we back up? There's more to that. At the beginning, you were a comedian. COVID sort of hit. You saw injustice. You called it out on social media.
I called it out on social media. And
social media
got a hard time from some of the comedy industry.
It was
from John. It was mostly from John. John was sending me a lot of harassing messages.
Let me just read a few of my tweets. Dear woman, and I'm using that term loosely, I feel that you're not a good comedian, spelled with a K and a Z. Fuck off and die. I'm not good at social media.
Yeah, it was a lot of that. It was a lot of that. And I was more upset by the spellings than by the content, if I'm honest.
Yeah, there's another tweet where I just used the N-word.
Because I'm retraining to be an English teacher.
Imagine that's what you got upset about in any social media backlash. It's just, I think you forgot a comma when you were calling me a turgid cunt, sir. Oh, do you know what would really piss people off if you just grammatically corrected
there's feminist pages dedicated to it. Like,
what are you talking? So-called just coming in from Tet 879. Did someone call you a so-called comedian at some point? Because that's crazy if not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had comedian a lot. I don't think anyone's called me a so-called comedian. Actually, yes, they have.
I knew they would have, because that I've read that so many. I mean, Dave Chappelle essentially called Hannah Gatsby a so-called comedian yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you understand that? I feel like I've caused this because in my head I went, I miss rap beefs from the 90s. And 2021 was like, imagine if rap beats were just way more annoying. Welcome to comedian beefs. Oh no.
So yeah, I had a little bit of a falling out with the comedy industry. I will say I never was really I was never quitting comedy, but I did kind of say to myself, I'm not pursuing it right now. Like I was very much like, I'm just gonna not make this the focus of my attention for a while and see what else I can achieve, because I don't want to be broke and sad for the next 10 years. And I looked into some other things that were going to give me a little bit of financial security and potential career satisfaction. And I landed on teaching because I already had certain qualifications that got me halfway there.
I will tell you, I count myself very lucky in that I just, until
You are.
Straight white man, already a full house. But I never had any concern about being horrifically poor. Like I was just like, when people are always like, I couldn't take the financial instability of stand-up comedy. It was one of those things where it's like, oh, I just ignored it. And then like, as soon as I like crested that hurdle in like 2018 was like the first time in my adult life, I remember I ate in a restaurant twice in a row and I was like, well, isn't something going well down at the old business? And I am not checking my privilege, by the way, because I was eating in only caviar restaurants and I was doing it in front of someone who was being persecuted by the police. But that is to say that I have weirdly considered it a bit of not a skill, but a luck of the draw, that I was just ignorant to my own financial non-future. That it's sort of one of those things when people are like, I don't want to have roommates for the rest of my life. And I was like, I didn't think about it in those terms. And I'm so happy I didn't, because I think if I had, I would have ran for the hills. Because I don't know if you've ever slept in a bus station, but it's never fun. It's never, you never walk away from it going, I'm growing.
You Zero can also Murphy take bets. More chances like that, I think, when you're a guy. Like,
oh, for sure.
A 6'4"
I would never sleep
intimidating
in a bus
guy?
station.
Absolutely. Oh, like, speaking of my privilege, that is one of those weird ones where it's like, I can moonlight as a homeless person, because from a distance, you just go, he may not know how to fight, but if he does, that's a real pain in the ass.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
So that's such a benefit.
And also, are you gonna rob the guy that's sleeping in a bus station? Like, this guy,
yeah,
you don't want anything from him. He doesn't have anything to give you anyway. So fuck this. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's also like, I would have loved if someone tried to rob me when I was sleeping in the mega bus station in Manchester, because that would have gotten my
sucks.
It's mostly outside too. It would have gotten your blood up. Here's the thing: is I finally realized there's a bunch of reasons why it took me so long to quit smoking. One of them is it's like, oh, I have anxiety, and being in big groups of people makes me feel so nervous that cigarettes are just a way to leave.
Yeah.
2, I could not have done what I did in terms of a road schedule without smoking, because it gave me something to do when you're like, well, I've got 5 hours to wait. Time to smoke a whole pack of cigarettes and read a book. Time to read a book.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can just read a book.
It's not the same. Ashley, I tell you what, start smoking. Do it for like maybe a year.
No.
Do it with and then report back, and you'll be like, I get it now. This makes a lot of sense.
It's also a stimulant.
I have smoked.
Do not start smoking.
I have smoked quite a bit for somebody who's not gotten addicted to it. Like, in Prague, you could smoke indoors, so everyone smoked indoors. And if I'm smoking, there's a good chance that somebody in the room, that I'm trying to sleep with somebody in the room.
Is that true?
What a tell.
Yeah, it's such a tell. It's
such
a tell.
I'm going to say this right now, and and I'm quoting my friend Graham Kay, and he said this, which is, I don't want to make a blanket statement, but anytime a woman's smoking, they're sexy as hell. And then I said, even, and then I pointed out even through the throat, and he went, she doesn't care about the rules. And I was like, fuck yeah, bro.
It's just like, do you know what it does? It in a sort of similar way to how you're saying it gives you a way out. It also is a way to start a conversation with somebody.
Oh yeah.
And it's a way to be physically quite close to them. And even if I don't want to bomb a full cigarette, I like sharing a cigarette with someone. There's something intimate about it as well.
It's pretty intimate. Yeah.
And yeah, so it works.
It's
know?
also cool. I got news for you. The best part, the real reasons at any party, if you're like, this party sucks, go find 4 people smoking and just sit there. It's and I also, I choose to say I didn't quit smoking. I've retired from smoking, so I'm still allowed to come out to the smoking area. Like my friend Joanne, she and I loved smoking together. When I quit, when I was going to Toronto, I was like, I've quit smoking. You are to act like I am still smoking. So when you are going to smoke, I'm coming with you. I am not staying inside with the pink lungs. I'm a black lung person.
Well, it's an outdoor kitchen. You know how everyone organizes in the kitchen? That's where all the best stuff happens. It's because you're just away from the party, but you're party adjacent. You can go, you can come. That's what cigarettes are. You just get to hang out with the cool people.
Would you like to know the
smoking's cool. That's
so fucking cool.
That's the unfortunate truth of it. It's
super
so fucking cool.
I mean, I make no. Here's the other thing: when people are like, you shouldn't tell young people that smoking's cool. Yes, you should. Smoke when you're young, so you can recover from it. Also, you know what's not cool? 50-year-old smoking isn't fun. Like Arthur Smith is if he does that fucking Snickers marathon joke one more time, I'm gonna put a bag around his head and throw him in a lake.
Didn't they change the name 20 years ago?
I think it was 30 years ago, Chris.
Jesus
And how he ends that joke is going, I know it's Snickers now, but it's a good joke. And he looks so
if somebody says I know
sickly when
something,
he's
but it's a good
smoking.
joke, it's probably not a great joke.
It's not a great joke.
I mean, that is what I say every time I do the N-word joke, because I did not heed that man's advice. That is such a niche callback. That show, I believe, is still on my YouTube page, marked from the start. That's the only record of it. So suck me.
It's a great show. It's a great show.
Good show.
Look out for this. You'll know. You'll know.
Doing some dancing. That page, I'll never forget the look on his face. Did you just say that? Yeah, boom.
Wild story.
So yeah, I mean, I've never smoked, like, I'd say I've smoked a full cigarette maybe twice. I could never finish one. They have a drastic effect on me. Like,
oh, do you go lightheaded, or you like?
I go so lightheaded. If I've had anything to drink, I am shit-faced drunk. Like,
wow.
It's like a switch. I'm so impacted
Actually,
by them.
what you want to start doing is you want to start smoking weed, because that, if you think shit-faced drunk, cigarette leap, you don't. I really enjoy it. You have 2 beers and then smoke a big old crack-a-rooski, then you just are kind of like, it would be like you went from a canoe to someone just put you in a vehicle you're supposed to be able to drive. It's like, could be a boat, could be a rocket ship. Let's start pressing buttons.
Have you? One thing that's nice for that when you're drinking is that I find that I can pace my drinks really well. Like, you know, when you're drinking with a pushy friend who's just like, come on, catch up. It's like, oh, I'm going to go for a cigarette. And then you just get 5 minutes. Fresh air,
social confidence,
and you get in there. Oh no, you say no, but there's only so many times that you can say no before it becomes like a fight. So I'm a big fan of just being like, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Don't worry about it.
Here's what I do, and we can talk to Jimmy McGee, who's the Lord Mayor of this, which is come to the bar, it'll be fun. I'll go to and I will go, all right, I'm coming to the bar. If it is not fun, you will be alerted to the fact that it was not fun. And there was a time where he went, it's going to be you have to come out. I walked in. And I walked in and I bought a drink and I went, you told me this would be fun. And he went, well, I don't always know where fun is. And I went, then don't invite me when I say I don't want to come out to have fun. He's like, yeah, but if you go out, then you'll have fun. Those sort of pressure things never work on me, because I will be like, no, have another drink. Why? I'm going as my pace. You go your pace. We'll both get there eventually. Asshole. Stop. We're not in our 20s. Come on, let's have fun. Stop yelling at me to have fun.
Yeah, that's the people who are desperately not having fun in their life.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you're young, I get it because, like, oh, possibility, anything could happen. And now it's like, I know what's gonna happen. I know exactly I know how this night goes. Either I want that night or I don't want that night, and that's it. That's no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's You have nothing to prove. I never understand being like we gotta get out, get after it. It's like no, we don't. Let's stay here. Let's remain not looking for it.
I think in a weird way, my illness gave me that, like. As in, when I was a teenager, it was very much impressed upon me that drinking and smoking was all very dangerous for me, and so I was a little bit afraid of it. And I didn't drink until I was 17. Was the first time I drank, which is relatively old in Ireland. And you know, and even then, I didn't make a habit of it until I went to university at 19. So I think, yeah, just that kind of concern about my illness made me
Frozen.
Aww.
That's a shame. I felt like a real moment.
Am I back?
Yep.
Because you're not freezing for me when that happens. So you guys are just like, oh, she froze, and I'm like, I'm still in a sentence.
I used to have that in my old house. It happened all the time. It's very frustrating.
Yeah. But where did I cut out?
Your illness was what worried you about it, and
Yeah,
it had been
it
drilled
was
into you
like
that
it-
drinking and smoking was really bad for you.
Yeah, it just gave me this false confidence to say no, basically.
Mm.
And so
It's not false confidence. That's true
kind of-
confidence.
Yeah, I guess it started out as false confidence though, and then became actual confidence. I learned how to say no because I needed to initially, and then it was like, oh, this is a useful skill to have.
Mm.
And then yeah, had a good time of it as an adult then as well.
I've always been good at saying no, but I say no to a lot of things, and so when I don't want to say yes, but I don't want to be a no person in the moment, smoking just removes you from the situation. Like by the time I'm back, these guys are drunk enough, a decision will have been made.
Yeah.
I can either roll with that or leave.
Coming in from My Name
Yeah.
is Ruin, directed towards Ashley, but turned out not as dangerous as semen.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, that was like because I couldn't drink and smoke. I sort of started rebelling through sex. So
Really?
That's how.
You know
That's
what's
how
interesting is I
this
hadn't
became
figured
a
that out.
thing.
Yeah.
That's how GSA was born.
Yeah, through the fire. Yeah, through a smokeless fire and a boozeless
Mm-hmm.
bonfire.
Oh yes, yesterday you mentioned something. We sort of we got moved on just by the
Mhm.
current. But you mentioned something about how you didn't think that group sex had been portrayed particularly positively on the stream.
Oh, I
Did
want
you
to
want
talk
to
about this.
elaborate?
I
on
want
that?
to talk about this because I have some thoughts as well. Go ahead, Ashley. I will formulate what I would like to call the counter argument.
Oh, you haven't even heard the argument.
As a straight,
When does that stop,
as
John?
is a straight white man.
Who
how
has not
dare
had
you
any group
think?
sex?
Yeah. First of all, yes, but I am allowed to make a bunch of baseless observations, which is my right. Chris, is that my
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Thank you. Finally, finally a reasonable voice.
As someone
Finally.
who's never had any baseless observations, I feel like I can weigh in on baseless observations and say, absolutely. My
Here's
baseless
something that's-
observation on baseless observations is go for it.
I base this on nothing. He's wrong. Go ahead, Ashley.
I just think like I don't know of many examples that I've seen of it. It's not there very regularly, and it's usually like if it's women involved, it's usually used to slut shame in the narrative, and if it's men involved, it's this really kind of laddish, like heroic achievement thing, you know. And so I don't know, I think it would be nice to have some more just like healthy representation of it, like that it can just be something that is fun and that people do without it being like seen as this really kinky, like very specific type of person is doing this kind of thing. Do you know?
Yeah, absolutely. John, hold your thought for 2 seconds because I have a question, a follow up for Ashley. As the not narrator, what's the guy in a debate? Moderator. So I got the so when you said it yesterday, I got the impression that you meant on our stream, but you just mean in general culture.
Oh, I just mean in general culture.
Yeah, no,
I feel like I represent it very well on our stream.
I was
I
actually
was going to say, like, we're doing a great job. I think it all seems very fun.
Yeah.
I was going to say, against my will, we are portraying group set. No, I think it's very good, and I think sex positivity is one of the most important things that our society should adapt.
Yeah, like one of the things that like group sex really give me a lot in terms of confidence, but also in terms of something that is very prevalent in group sex that you don't see as often as a woman in sex is consent. If you're in a group sex situation, everybody's very aware of the levels of consent going on, you know, and everybody's checking that everybody's cool with this, and you know, it's just
Actually, as we all know, when there are witnesses, you have to follow the rules.
Yes, exactly.
Speaking of consent, how do you guys feel about adding a fourth to our group?
Oh, everyone knows. I know. What a surprise. For those keen listeners, you can always tell that something was happening in the private chat that wasn't comedy tea, because we all take a break from paying attention to make this face.
Yeah.
Make this face right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Friend of yours and ours, live from Estonia. It's Tim Reedy.
Hi, Tim.
Ashley, I owe you an apology immediately, Ashley.
Wow,
because
hot.
I came in 2 days ago and I said, Ashley, I was meant to go see you do the Gong Show in Top Secret. And it turns out there's more than one Ashley in the UK. Can you imagine?
There's a few of us.
My goodness.
John,
Who
were you
was it
here
in
for
the
that?
end? I don't
No,
think
I
I knew
was
the person.
I was not here for that. I want you to know I forgot who Tim was until
You're not the first and you will not be the last, my friend.
Because that was such a hectic time in all of our lives. Plus that like I just forgot that entire thing. And you went from the quiz, and I was like,
and we have circled back to the topic at the beginning of
So
the show.
you didn't know,
Yeah.
Mr. Hastings. You forgot that I saw you bomb in Estonia. Fair enough.
I did not bomb in Estonia.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I mean, maybe I did. I don't really give a fuck. Like, it's one of those things where, sure,
Yeah, you're
okay,
doing
bombed.
that. I don't give a you gave a fuck at the time for sure.
I don't think I did.
John, you're not alone. I bombed in Estonia, and
No,
I came
because
off.
I'm just going through which of the play. There was a time I opened for Marcus Birdman and had a concussion. I don't think I bombed any of those ones. And then there was the one where the Russians almost invaded, and a woman kept asking me if I wanted to see photos of her naked, and it was one of the most jarring.
So blame
posts.
everybody else, right? Blame everybody.
Not blaming
else but
anybody.
yourself.
And then there was another time.
By the way, I'm starting a band called Chris and the Fuck Buckles. You guys in?
What
do
the
you
fuck?
play?
Oh, I love
Let's go.
that
Let's go,
word.
bro. Let's go.
Chris and the Fuck Buckles. Polka covers of slash metal.
Here's the. Let me just say this about to just bring home the thing with it. I think we are portraying people that engage in group l'amour in a positive manner, and the reason why there's a lot of negative connotations is especially because there's a lot of, especially in the UK, a lot of dudes being like, me and my friends just did some mucky boy stuff, and then they go, bleh. And
Well,
you're
it's
like,
also called a gang bang when dudes do
Yeah.
it, which is
Yeah,
that's a pretty violent couple of words
Yeah.
right there. That's not.
I mean,
It is.
I tried to get it
not a nice
changed, but
time.
unfortunately, I was like, let's call it a mukbang, and they were like, bad news, that's already
That's a
taken.
different thing.
Somehow that sounds worse, and I was like, that's fair.
Yeah, and then
Tim, have
it's
you-
that thing of it being like it perpetrates a lot of biphobia as well, because you know, when people learn that you're into more than one gender, they're just like, oh, so you like group sex. And unfortunately, it's usually true, but it still shouldn't be assumed.
To be clear, by the way, biphobia is you have more than one fear.
Yeah, you're afraid of two things at a time, never one at a time.
Just
Oh,
two
wait.
though. Just two things.
Yeah,
Only
exactly.
two.
Yeah. Triphobia. That just
Oh,
you're afraid
fuck.
of trikes. Like,
Fuck that.
It's a level of funny that I can't get on board of.
I agree.
On board with.
Tim, where are you broadcasting from?
From my apartment, man, in Estonia. Look at that. Look. Oh, look at that blue snowball. Look at that
like
mess because I tested positive for COVID. So there.
Oh,
we go.
no.
Oh no! Wait,
How
you
you
have
doing,
COVID
buddy?
right now?
Yeah.
Get off the stream! You're gonna give us
Everybody,
COVID, bro.
everybody, wipe your
Oh
screens.
shit!
Yeah,
You better
everyone
get the
quickly.
PCR test, man.
Guys, let's go take some ivermectin or whatever the fuck that.
Oh
fucking
wait, do
shit
you
is
want to
called.
see? Do you want to see Talon? Do you want to see the night line of Talon? Hold on a
Yeah, I
second.
do.
Here we go, bro.
Oh, David Hoare.
We're going
Fuck
behind-
you, David Hoare. That's good. Oh my God, that's
For the
good.
podcast listeners, I stood up to my fears and I said, "Bye, phobia."
Hey, look!
Oh.
It's just me.
Oh my God! I cannot
Oh, you
see
can't see nothing.
anything.
But
Okay, I'm gonna make
cameras
I'm
down.
gonna-
There we go. That's a skyline, all right. That's the tops of buildings.
You see the Do you see
Nope.
the
Hold your
orange,
camera steady, you
box
jittery
here?
Are you being
maniac.
pepper sprayed right now?
That's AIDS.
What are you
That's-
talking about?
AIDS?
That's AIDS, man.
Who's AIDS?
Yeah.
That's right. Now everyone knows. Now everyone knows where you live.
Yeah, everyone knows. Here's what's crazy about Tallinn, Estonia is I guarantee if someone is watching from Tallinn, Estonia, I have 10 British pounds, 12.50 American. If you can knock on Tim's door, don't go in, he has COVID, but just knock on Tim's door.
Do it. Fucking do it.
Mm.
For the record, it has to be.
We will achieve that sometime.
Oh, I would make
Sometime somebody will be on the show.
But anyway,
and
Ashley,
somebody will-
I'm so sorry that I
good.
confused you with another Ashley. I'm so
That's
sorry.
okay.
No,
It's happened before. I've been introduced as another Ashley before.
Ashley Story or which Ashley?
Ashley Bentley. Got introduced as
even know who
Ashley
that
Bentley
is.
before.
Never.
Oh,
no idea.
Irish
Never heard of
comedian.
her. Okay. I almost forgot the headliner's name the other day when I was hosting on Saturday. Went up and I know him. It says Sonny Dollywall. John, you know Sonny. Yeah, I know him. I've hung out with him in the past. And as soon as I went to go, ladies and gentlemen, put it together for your headliner, Sonny Dollywall.
Let me say this right now, and in no way did this ever happen, but it may have been triggered. Well, this is something. Let's just say Sonny one time was visiting Toronto and was in the back of a show, talking about how bad a lot of the comedians in Toronto were. Just like, man, you know, a lot of corny shit. It's, you know, Vancouver's where it's at. Went on, bombed, walked off, and 4 different comedians just went, "So you live in Toronto now?" And literally just like, "Oh, fuck you, man."
Yeah.
And it was and I will always give it. He went, "Yep." He hands up. He went, "Fuck, sorry." Yeah, and like.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where it's like, I think he thought he was supposed to do that and was trying it out, and then really good stuff. Really,
He
good stuff.
seems like someone he can take a fucking with, because like
He
I was fucking with him the other day and he just sat down and he asked a question and I burned him real quick and he just went, "That was nice." And
Yeah,
just I'm
there's
like,
nothing.
"You seem great.
I
I
also
like you."
want to be totally clear. It may not have been Sonny. Now that I think about it, it may have been a completely different guy.
That's worse because at least Ashley's white, so we're allowed to confuse them. But
I want you to know the guy I'm confusing him with is a guy named Brett Martin, who's just a white guy from Vancouver. It was just a comedian from Vancouver. So not racist, just dumb.
all right, I'm checking to see if there is a comedian named Brett Martin right now.
100% is. I did my comedy now with him.
During
got lucky.
during the Fringe, I called. I think a couple of times I called Ahir Ari.
That's not bad. That's just getting his name wrong. That's
No,
not confusing
I
him with like you didn't think he was Ari Shafir.
No, I didn't think he was Ari Shafir. I thought he was Ari Eldrin.
Who the fuck is that?
The Icelandic, the whitest man in the world.
The whitest man alive.
Wait, Chris, have you never met Ari Algin?
No, I've seen his posters around, but I haven't met
Oh
him.
my god, literally the nicest
person you will ever meet.
Wow.
He's like a male version of my mom. Like he's literally just so impressed that
Aw.
literally you meet him and he's like, "John, you're doing a show at the Fringe? It is so impressive because you're so handsome. You must be, busy with various modeling contracts to work out your Fringe show. And you're like,
Wait,
"All
hold
right, what
on,
are
Chris.
such a
You have met
delight.
Ari Aldrum. You have met Ari.
I don't think I have.
Really?
Was it
Yeah.
was it in Estonia when he was also bombing? Tim, I would love so much if he's also forgotten.
Oh, you're
who
so
Ari-
hurt. You're so hurt, Hastings, that I see
in
you
many
cry.
ways.
Honestly,
No,
it was
I-
just because I saw Ari every day of the Fringe because his show was straight after Ferns.
Mm.
And so I saw him every single day, said hello to him. And then I would sometimes be going across the road at, I think, I'm literally doing it again. I think it's literally just because their names sound the same and have 3 of the same letters.
Yeah.
Like,
I have such a nice memory of Ahir. Take note, Ashley. That he, that's how he said Ahir. I was lighting a cigarette. My beard was really long at the time. My mustache was like full covering my mouth, and he went like a mama bear. Just went to like protect my face. He was like, while I was lighting a cigarette, he's like, "Oh no!" And I was like, "You okay, man?" He's like, "I was just worried about my friend's face. That's all." And I was like, "Aw, thanks, buddy. I didn't even know we were friends. I knew we got along, but it's nice to have it confirmed. That's
he's
sweet."
lovely. And I had the awkwardest conversation with him when I was sat with him and Garrett Millerick
Millerick, yeah.
after I watched Garrett's show. And I had just done oh my god, Tuck's show.
Were you me?
The
ACMS?
one man show, ACMS.
ACMS, thank you. Brain. I just done ACMS and they were talking about Garrett and Ahir were doing a skit together on ACMS that night, I think. And Ahir was just like, "What did you do?" And my brain totally forgot what that show is when he asked me this question. And so I was really just like, stand up? Like
The one
but
show
I
that's
sort of-
not true about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I just sort of told him a bit about my set then, and it was only like on my way home I realized what his question had actually been.
Oh, the best. I went and saw a show with here in Melbourne, and he took his shoes off, and I went,
Like a
absolutely not.
long haul flight.
What are you doing? And he's like, my feet are sore. And I went, all right, then you don't go to a show. And he's like, well, I'm not putting a shoe back on. And I went, well, I'm pointing this out to everyone else because a bunch of other comedians were coming. And he was like, I don't think anyone's going to be bothered by it. And then everyone I went, oh, here's not wearing shoes. And they'd all be like, wait, what?
I'm
And,
on Team out here with that. I get it. I totally get it.
Here's the best thing about it. This is what I also enjoy about out here. I brought that up like 6 months later when he went, I don't think I did that. And I went, I know you did, but I love that you don't remember it. Tim, what's the matter? I want to point out.
I don't know.
Tim,
There's
you
some
all right?
weird guy like tapping on my door. I don't know.
No, is that true?
Go
Yeah,
infect
yeah.
him with COVID then.
Oh, is it
COVID.
someone? Is it one of our watchers? Did someone find you?
It might be McDonald's.
Oh, pretty cool.
Oh, what did you get? What is your?
Did
what
you
is
order
your-
some?
No.
nice.
But
Oh.
it might be McDonald's.
Here's my question. Here's my question for all of you. If you what is your go-to no judgment McDonald's order?
I don't get McDonald's.
You've never gotten McDonald's? You from that
Never.
list you can like I haven't eaten at McDonald's in the last time was in driving up to take mushrooms in the woods in America 4th of July, stopped at a McDonald's for breakfast and it was fucking awesome. My
Yeah, if you
go-to
get it
by
just
the
right.
Wait,
I'll
Ashley,
go
you,
to-
you live in Glasgow, right?
I do.
So, yeah, you basically live in Estonia. Same thing.
It's pretty
Wait,
similar.
what?
Same thing.
Good point. But
dead.
here's my question. Go to McDonald's order, Chris.
If I go, I never go casually. I go because I want to feel bad, and I want to enjoy it for a moment before I do. So it's a McChicken meal, large with a Coke, 2 hamburgers, McFlurry.
I like what
Oh
you're
no,
I like
McFlurry too. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Tato King. What are you going for?
You see, in Europe we have the big tasty. You
Yes,
don't have
meatballs.
that in Canada, right?
What in the name of God is the Big Tasty? And
No, we're
by
not
the
the Big
way, I
Tasty.
want that to be my group sex name. Who's coming tonight? Big Tasty.
So the Big Tasty is like a
Richard Wright also doesn't fuck around with fast food. That is high praise right there. That's like being told you're a good boxer from Muhammad Ali. Like he doesn't.
Oh, alhamdulillah, bro.
Yeah.
But like the Big
Chris
Tasty.
Betzumbaye.
Chris, you've had a Big Tasty, right?
I think I had one when I was out there, but I mean, I also had the double hot dog, and that's all that sticks. You know, I'm not gonna.
Well, like the
I'm not gonna
Big
remember some
Tasty
McDonald's
is like
thing.
it's a quarter pounder with Big Tasty sauce. I don't know, but it's good.
It sounds like
good.
you jerk off on it before you give
Yeah,
it to
you-
someone.
it sounds like
And
you're
I-
making
Let me make
this
this Big
up.
Tasty for you real quick.
Well, what is a Big Tasty? It's a thing that already exists with big
I think that
tasty
in
sauce.
Canada and the US you have one, but it has a different name. I think maybe.
Oh, is it?
The
Is it
quarter
John,
pounder?
what was the one that we used to? That was like it was just for adults. Remember, it came out when we were kids, and they were like, "This burger, it's just for adults."
No idea, but I remember this. This is the 90s McDonald's experimental phrase. Like, for example, Ashley, did you know that for a time, and the taste of the pizza is still in my mouth, you could get pizza at McDonald's?
What?
No.
It was so
Oh,
good.
Really?
It was so
good.
I don't
was-
think that happened in Ireland.
Oh,
it did not. It did not.
It did not.
What?
No,
It did
way.
not happen in Ireland. Not
Let me
in
tell you.
Irish McDonald's.
You know how unnecessarily sweet the Pizza Hut pizza is? Imagine times 10. It was pizza cake.
Ew.
It was so good. I can still
And then-
taste it as well. I like
Oh,
no
that's
joke. I was thinking
gross.
about it today. I can still taste that pizza.
So was it a frozen pizza that was just heated up or what?
I don't think
No,
so.
no. It was like made in the fryer from scratch. The problem was it took about half an hour to make, and that's
It
like
took
that's
forever.
as
That's
long
why
as
they
could get the-
stopped doing it.
100%.
Yeah.
But
missed
people
out, actually.
still
You missed out.
once a year I see like there's like an online petition to get McDonald's to start doing the pizzas again. Like it left a mark on our generation. Nobody forgets it.
I mean, we
I'm
had
not-
like the McRib for a long time, right? In Ireland, the McRib was not a seasonal thing; it was just there all year.
Oh my
don't-
god. Oh
Honestly,
my god.
I didn't
It's still
go
available.
to McDonald's.
McDonald's is oh yeah, that's right.
You didn't go to McDonald's. Oh, yeah.
It is
I
still
the last
available.
I'm just.
I think
fat,
the
that's
last
all.
time I had a McDonald's, I was 11, and it was because I was about to pass out, and my mum was like, "Look, I just need to get you something to eat. I'll get you McDonald's."
Yeah, but you're Irish, so you're like on the edge of passing out all the time anyway, right?
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, geez, we're all alcoholics.
I
don't get that
found
joke.
I found what a Big Tasty burger is. Let me
Okay.
let me tell you. So it's a third pound burger, so bigger than a quarter pound. On a sesame bun, square cut lettuce, 2 tomato slices, sliced onion, which is all normal, 3 slices of Emmental cheese,
Ooh.
That's a lot of cheese.
and then Big Tasty sauce, which apparently has a smoke flavor. The Wikipedia doesn't go into the actual ingredients.
Stop
a
reading this.
smoke
Read my
flavor.
name is Ruin's comment.
Chris hasn't looked at the screen.
Oh no, I was
Read
reading
right
another thing. Remember,
that
Ashley
comment.
is allergic to semen and McDonald's products.
Whoa!
He won.
Wow.
My name is Ruin just won. I want to also all you know, Orlando, Florida, all the McDonald's in Orlando, Florida, inexplicably still serve pizza.
Oh shit!
Oh,
We are going to
Florida?
Orlando, Florida.
Why does Ford have to push me away and
I
then
would
pull me
love
back in
to
like that?
go to Orlando, Florida again.
By the way, best order: double sausage
Whoa.
McMuffin, no egg, stuff the hash brown in the middle. Shit, that's good.
Holy
yes, meatballs.
shit.
You're gonna die.
Can I try that right? I want to try that right now. That sounds really good.
So good.
I only have this night off, and let me tell you, after this stream is done, and then I have to attend a city council meeting to try and twin 2 cities for a podcast.
Mhm.
And then when that's done, I'm going to go on a big walk/hike, and then I'm going to come back here, deep weed smoking, and then I'm ordering something off of Uber Eats, and it might be that. That
Yeah.
sounds fucking awesome.
That sounds really good. Oh, by the way,
Uh,
I'm going to Vancouver for the weekend from tomorrow. Last minute decision. I've got 2 shows Friday and Saturday, but I decided to go tomorrow, so I'll be from a phone for tomorrow and Thursday.
Imagine I flew into a rage about that. I was like, no, that's my thing, Chris. Yeah, of course.
So it's gonna be a hell
you
of a
just
time.
ordered it?
You can get a double Big Tasty.
Oh,
Buddy,
And then
can
you
you?
get a double.
We are
Big
not
Tasty
seeing.
bacon.
We are not.
Look
Oh, there
at
it is.
that.
€6?
€6, man. double with bacon. It's closed now, and I'm drunk, so I can't drive. So,
and you have
COVID.
Yeah, that's
yes,
true.
yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Tim, we once walked through a drive-through.
That's what we do here, man. That's what we do.
I have done
camera
that too.
focus.
I have walked through a drive-through.
There we go.
That
They
other
served
angle
us.
was better.
And Andy told us Tim informed me about the secret sauce, not jizz, the one that they don't put on the menu. It's like a
Oh
secret.
wait, not jizz. Okay, yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about? McDonald's doesn't have a secret sauce. Or maybe in Estonia it does.
Yeah. What was it? What was the sauce again? Was
I
it the
don't know,
curry
man.
one?
I'm trying to focus my head.
Are you getting on?
Hang on, I'll help.
Nah,
Hang on,
my
let me just
camera's
help
fucked,
here.
man. My camera's fucked.
There we go.
Hey, full screen. Untitled Twitch stream is brought to you by Evian.com.
If they actually want to sponsor us, that's not a bad shout.
I can't believe that. I like that, by the way, Tim's camera is also doing what mine does sometimes, which is you have the autofocus turned off, and yet still it's like, yeah, let's just do some unnecessarily focusing.
Tim, what's your
You have to
COVID
do
lockdown
this.
been like? Since
What's my
walk
what?
us through what your COVID lockdown. Walk us through realizing you had it, and then the time after it.
Well, I got COVID, and then
How'd you get it? Who did you make out with,
Well,
and how
I-
angry is your wife about it?
I flew to London, and
Oh,
someone
you
on
got it there.
my flight had COVID, and the
Fuck.
NHS said, "Tim, isolate," and I said, "Fuck off, man!" And I went to see Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And I
How was
got
it?
COVID from Dave Chappelle, man. To
Wait.
be honest, the Dave Chappelle show was he did 30 minutes, man, and the tickets were like £300.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
He did a half an hour.
What was before him?
So he had Jeff Ross open for him.
Okay.
And he had his opener, his number one opener was this guy, Kobe or Cody or something. And he had a DJ, but Chappelle did in total half an hour of stand up.
That's fucked, man.
£300. Now, to be fair, it was the 12th. It was day one of the week. So maybe he did more as the week went on.
No,
But,
you
like-
That's not fair, though.
do the
If you're
full
trying to
hour
get
for
to
all
do an
the
hour.
shows.
Half an hour for like
Yeah, that's
150 to £300 was ridiculous.
And did he do like an encore or anything, or
No, he probably
Nope,
just.
nope,
He probably
nothing.
The man
wow,
is
that sucks.
Look,
not.
see, here's my theory, right? My theory is that he was going to do the same set as he did for his last Netflix special, The Closer, but
Oh, shit.
because the controversy that got like stirred up, he
Uh-huh.
went on stage. Oh, by the way, the half an hour he did was like
I was about to ask.
crowd
Yeah.
work, like new material night type of shit.
Oh fuck's sake!
So
That's
Here's-
rude.
you know,
He's so irrelevant and
That's so
I
rude.
can't.
well,
I-
he's not
I
irrelevant. He's
I have-
so relevant. That's the issue.
Yeah. Otherwise, people
Yeah,
would be
that's-
talking
He
about it.
was. He was.
I agree. I agree with you, Ashley. This is not helping his legacy. Here's the other problem with Dave Chappelle, and I've been thinking about this a lot because you just go into any green room and everyone's talking about it. I think Dave Chappelle's really stupid. Like as a human being, I think he's just a dumb guy. And here's the problem: he's a dumb guy that all of the internet's been like, this guy's pretty smart, and he's like, well, all these people on Twitter, which I claim isn't real, have said it, and it's just one of those things where it's like, Dave, stop. Also, someone pointed this
He
out
knows
today, which is
he knows the tonality of intelligence. He doesn't know intelligence.
His race stuff was fucking incredible for years. How old is 15 really is basically a perfect stand-up bit. You can't say he's dumb with all the stuff that he wrote. I think he's gotten arrogant, and so he doesn't work as hard, or
I
he's
can say
rich,
he's
and
dumb.
so he doesn't work as hard.
But see, I
But you
mean,
can't. One thing you
when
can't
when
call
you
Dave
watch
is
a
dumb.
Chappelle special,
You
like,
called him wrong.
there's memorable
He's
bits
wrong, then.
from every
Yeah,
single
totally
one
wrong.
of his specials, right? There's memorable bits. There
Nate,
wasn't
what
a
was
single
your-
memorable thing that he said on stage in London.
Yeah.
What was your favorite bit in Deep in the Heart of Texas? What was your favorite part of that one? This is
Who,
the
me?
thing when you bring up, yeah, like what was your favorite part?
When I was in Texas,
No, his
No, that was one of
special,
the two
Deep in
specials
the Heart of Special. Because
He
everyone
released
goes
that he
like,
wasn't going to release.
I have
Like-
not. I have not watched The Closer, and I have not watched the one before that.
this is the first Netflix special he put out.
Yeah, I remember he released Yeah, he released like 2 early on that had been on his shelf that he wasn't going to release, and then Netflix offered him $50 million. He's like, "Fucking take it."
I have not watched
I think that's
any of his stuff. None
I
of
think
his
that's the one where he's in like a full like mechanic suit on stage.
No, that's Sticks and Stones.
Oh, okay.
I don't actually like comedy, so I don't watch.
Then
I've
you
not
must have been
seen none of it.
so angry spending 300 pounds on Dave Chappelle, and he does half. And you're like, I already hate this, and now it's even
300
shorter.
pounds for me and like 7 other Estonians.
How did the Estonians enjoy London? Yeah.
Yeah, like Scotland was way better for them.
I agree.
Smaller, close. My fucking camera is shit. But London was like overwhelming. It was
Tim.
kind of what?
Oh, like
leave it-
on a city scale.
Tim, leave and come back just because that'll fix it. It's how I've usually
I
fixed
will
it.
leave
Yeah.
and I will never come back.
Okay.
I'm having a grease problem on one of my glasses lenses.
Tim did a really cool thing where he got because there's like a cool sort of fledgling comedy scene in Estonia, and so what he did much better. What he did was you brought a bunch of the newish comics, I think, from Estonia, right, over to do shows in London just to show them what another scene is, what like an established scene looks like, and some rooms. So yeah, how did they enjoy it?
They acclimatized pretty quickly. Like they got used to the city very quickly. And do you know Peter Beasley?
Peter Beasley. Yeah.
Like he was an absolute legend, man. He got them sets in London, in Edinburgh, and then I could just fade into the background and go, Peter will sort you out, man.
That's
and
nice.
I just did a whole bunch of this for the rest of my time, you know?
Just gargle and cum.
Yep.
Yeah.
Semen.
Yeah.
I did not get
from
rid
men,
of the grease, but it's going to have to do.
From
Actually, can I ask you a question? There's 3 glasses wearers. I've never worn glasses. What causes the grease on the glass? Is it the touching of the lens? Is it eye squirt? Like, what is
cum.
it? 'Cause is it cum?
Always come. It's literally like you can just pick up grease during the day from like the air, you know.
And you you just touch your face sometimes. You accidentally nick it. There'll be a lot of finger grease, you know?
Sometimes it's like my mascara has like I've blinked my lashes onto my eyes or onto the lenses. And,
shit, man.
yeah, it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
You just pick up dirt throughout the day. They're on my face 14 hours a day. They get dirty.
Good point. Fair point. I'm
Yeah.
glad. I just find glasses fascinating because I don't know how I don't have them because my entire family is blind as a fucking bat. And I'm just walking around fine. Oh, sure, I have searing headaches, but that's fine.
My family all wear glasses except for my brother. My folks need them for reading, and I'm probably going to end up going that way. Like my vision is going to get better at some point, and then it's going to go the other way where I'll need reading glasses.
Yeah, that happened to my dad.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably what's going to happen.
His vision got better?
Yeah.
It gets better before it gets worse. Yeah.
Yeah, so he doesn't. My dad doesn't need glasses for life anymore, but he absolutely needs them for anything in this sort of range. And as a result, he does not take care of those glasses because they cost $5 a pair. And so half of the day living with him was spent trying to figure out if he'd lost his reading glasses or he just sat on them. That was everything because he's like, this is just trash.
But I've seen you wear glasses though, Chris.
Oh, I need glasses. Yeah, I don't need it for
but
this
I've seen
close,
you.
but
I've
like
seen
if
you
I'm-
wear glasses.
Yeah. But my dad doesn't need them anymore. I got them.
Okay.
I'm right here, bud.
I got some contact lenses.
Oh, there he
during
is.
The week, and I haven't worn contact lenses in a very long time. But I'm gonna give them a try.
Are you thrown at all by the fact that you have to do this?
No, it doesn't really bother me.
Fuck that. I don't like that. I will never have contacts.
That's why I don't like the idea of contacts.
I honestly like them for a few things where wearing glasses is uncomfortable. but I mostly like them for wearing elaborate Halloween face makeup.
God damn right. What?
Yeah, it's gotta be just you put all this work in and then just glasses.
And then
over
put my
it.
glasses on. Like, no, get fucked.
Oh yeah, if you
A
paint your
ball
face,
gown with a fucking ski coat.
yeah,
over
it's
top of
exactly.
it.
It's like it's like a face jacket. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
if you're in a cold climate for Halloween trick or treating as a kid, you have to wear the jacket over your costume, which then turns every kid into like a weird micro version of a flasher because they're just opening. I'm Batman, actually. Oh,
Well, you know, when you have glasses, you could do this very funny bit where you see you put your finger back here and then you can go, oh shit!
That's pretty good.
It's fucking great.
did anyone
That's my
else-
closer.
Tim-
That's my closer.
My favorite part when Tim tried to is he didn't get the purchase on it enough, so they
fat,
just
man.
shook
No.
one time.
Fat.
They went down, and then, but to make it better, then you just grabbed him from the sides and went, yeah, with
Yeah. Oh, you can do this, man. Oh, fuck it.
yeah, all subtlety is lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I was when I first got glasses, I was 10, and I felt like I was
You're
both.
a nerd. You're a fucking nerd.
I was really excited about it because I thought it would make me smarter, but also I was a
Yeah.
little self-conscious. And my buddy Russell, who's had glasses as long as I've known him. As soon as he hit 20, hasn't needed glasses since. What an asshole. Sight's perfect now. But he was like, "Here's a cool thing you can do with glasses," and he showed me this thing about how it like. I wonder if I can still do
Easy,
it.
easy with those hands, your eyes that way, Christopher. Easy that way. That is.
It doesn't work with these glasses. But with my old ones, the ones with like the little pads that used to get gross.
Mhm.
You walk it down your nose all the way to the tip, and then you walk it all the way back up by just sort of scrunching your nose back and forth. And when I was 10 and he did that, I was like, "We're amazing." I didn't know that I could do that. on
Okay,
X-Men now. Thank
okay,
you.
Ashley, can you try that, please?
I definitely can't do that. How
know,
do
but
you
it'd be
even? I can't do that.
Just try it. Just try it.
It totally works, but you know what I'm
I don't
finding?
wanna
Is
try
it's harder when the nose pad is part of the frame.
Let me go get some. Oh, wait, let me go get sunglasses. I want to try this. They're downstairs. Okay.
Yes. All right. We're all gonna do it.
This is the silliest
back.
thing we've done. Tim, are you having a fit? Like,
Yes, I am having a fit. Yeah. I'm always having a fit.
I
Do you want to see something really cool though? With
Go
with
on.
glasses. Watch. Are you ready, Ashley? Are you watching? You watching?
Mm-hmm.
Try to contain yourself. Yeah. Watch.
Nope. Oh damn! On top of the paperboy hat, she.
Oh yeah.
She.
I
Proper
never
sweep-
got into the
sweep
habit.
floors, boys.
I never got into the habit of putting my glasses on my head because those little pads in the middle, they get caught in my hair. They
Sarah
get
Kay,
tangled.
crushing
they get
it.
tangled,
Shit.
and
Sarah, tell
I
your
pull my
friends.
hair out.
Yeah, yeah, that'll definitely happen. That will 100% happen.
Uh-huh. I've noticed these are new glasses in this year anyway, and they're a stainless steel frame. And I don't know if you can see this, but they're like, this isn't a solid frame. It's a wire, and you can
Your
go
face
through
looks
it.
smaller in the lens.
Yeah,
than
you've
it
got a
does
tiny
on
little
the
face now.
camera.
Just a tiny little bitty face.
That's very funny. Whoa!
I'm very blind.
Look at your tiny little mouth.
Oh shit!
The thing is, I can't really see it to enjoy it.
Oh.
This is
Go-
the tiniest
Put it
little
back
mouth.
up. Put it back up.
So Ashley can
Okay,
see.
Ashley, just move your mouth back and forth, and I'll be the voice of Little Mouth Ashley.
Okay, so I just.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Little Mouth Ashley. I'm the toughest girl in the schoolyard. If you touch me, you'll be sued because of all my medical impairments.
That's terrifying.
This is a tiny little mouth.
I just want to. This is coming in from Scal 2626. Listen, this is only my second day here, but I can almost guarantee this is not the silliest thing you've ever done. Coming in from
it's
upstairs,
close.
down. Can confirm. Thank you, upstairs, down. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
We invented the
great.
Kentucky butt bounce.
Oh dear.
We certainly did. Speaking of hats, where
Yeah.
is our LED hat, Christopher?
I have no idea. They won't answer my emails. No sign of it. Hasn't been
It was a
shipped.
scam. I told you guys. Can we go back and watch that show and listen to me telling you not to buy that, please?
It looked legit. I'm going to bring up the website right now. We're going to take a look at the website.
Why I feel the answer is no to that request, Ashley. I mean, it just doesn't seem. You know what that sound? Let's go to Tim. Tim, was Ashley's? Tim, are you okay, Tim?
I'm fine, man. I'm waiting.
Oh, by the way, does not.
I realized that every time I freeze, it's because the wind gets really strong. It's kind of stormy here tonight.
Right. What am I looking at?
Okay. So, Tim, we've been defrauded after purchasing an LED hat.
Okay.
Now, this is the website. It's called theledhat.com.
Chris, what is the customer service email for the LED? It would be a real shame. Troggies unite. Let's all send an email.
Contact us. If you have any questions, concerns about an item ordered, please contact us at sales@theledhat.com.
Did we give the order reference number out?
Wait, so
that feels
you ordered
bad.
an
That feels
LED
like an
hat
idea.
and you got what? And did you get a DEL hat?
We got nothing. Oh, we got nothing at all. And I paid for expedited shipping. This was over a month ago. No sign of it.
Okay.
No sign of it at all. There's no hat to be found.
What happens if we give everyone the sales reference number and then just a bunch of people email sales@theledhat.com? Dear discourteous haberdasher.
I think that's very funny. I'll put it in the Discord just so that it's a little tucked away. But
oh
shit.
Oh, that's
Oh,
so
no.
funny.
Oh, bro. Alhamdulillah. This is bad, bro.
Okay, a couple of things that are pretty
That
great,
is
by the way.
sweet validation.
You can't
Scam
take
advisor.
Tiger's advice and just write, where is Chris's hat? Let's click it. Can you click it, Chris? Can we go with-
No, but I'll find it. I'll just type it in and then we'll do it there.
David, can you just DM that to us because of the way we oh yeah, and also please goodbye, Chris.
Oh, I think I've got it.
Oh, do you have it?
I can have it. Oh no. Yeah, I got it.
Big LED hat has gotten to Chris, I guess. Oh, he's back. Welcome back, Chris.
That was big LED hat trying to get rid of me.
I know. That's what I said.
Fucking these people. Oh, there we go. All right.
I miss
I don't
having
want
my
to
big
accept the
second
cookies
screen
on this page.
so much. I miss it so much because I just want to have the chat right here so I can look at it. I miss my goddamn fucking house.
I'm gonna be right back. I really have to pee all of a sudden.
We'll have a great time.
But this is your victory lap.
Oh no!
And you know what? I need to sleep because I have a test tomorrow. But I'll do one thing for you. Let's do a live breathalyzer test.
All right. All right.
Is that gonna
Let's
tell
go.
us we
Let's
have
go big.
COVID?
We'll take this down for a second.
Let's do it.
No, we're going big. We're going big.
We're going big.
Okay.
All right. So 0.08 is too drunk to drive in Canada. So let's see.
We're taking guesses in the chat.
Guess. Wait, I'll put it down here.
1.5.
1.5. Ooh, bro.
John?
I'm going 2.
Come on.
69.
Come on.
Nice.
Oh, alhamdulillah.
shit.
Oh, mashallah. That's not good, bro. I'm dead.
Oh my God. That's so much booze, bud.
I think you need to go to sleep there, Tim.
Yeah.
No, it's okay, bro. But I do have to go sleep. Good night. God bless. Mwah. I love all of you, bro.
Good to see you, buddy.
Have a good one. Give me
What
an alhamdulillah.
I'm not sure.
No.
He's kind of like
I'm
a
not-
weird Middle Eastern
gonna-
thing.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
yeah,
what this
yeah.
is.
I think it's time.
Alhamdulillah.
I think Tim has entered that point that everyone gets to when they're a bit drunk, which is they think that accent's totally fine, and it is. No booze.
It's no bueno.
Yeah.
You bummed in Estonia, my
Oh, but he did that to himself. Tim Reedy, everybody. Please go follow Tim Reedy. How Tim Reedy was booked on the show is he messaged us to say, I think, can I come on the show? We said yes, and then he just showed up drunk and with COVID, which I got to tell you, really speaks for the benefit of doing this show from afar, does it not?
Yeah, it's a strong move. And I guess, I mean, it's got to be, what, like 1 a.m. there for him. So he's probably just up watching us, and he's like, I haven't talked to anyone in days. I've got COVID. Let's go. Let's go, Vid.
I got COVID. I haven't spoken to anyone. Let's do this shit. I also would like to just take a second while we wait for Ashley to say thank you again to the Troggies. Thank you everyone for supporting us on Patreon and all of your subs, follows, bits, hype trains, all that sort of stuff is really appreciated and just makes us feel love and happy for putting out this show.
Yeah.
Sometimes 5 times a week we're here. Other times we're busy doing stuff. But yeah, no, it's just nice. I also watched in a real Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young mood these days. I just watched a documentary on David Crosby. And he was just like, it was a really good thing in that we were all going in our own directions, but we had this like fun project to work on. I was like, that's how I feel about this thing. But let's not get addicted to heroin or coke or have anyone say bad stuff about Neil Young's
Did we
girlfriend.
kill Tim?
No, as it turns out, Tim was drunker than even I suspected. He started speaking in an accent that at best could be described as a joke from the 90s, and then he kind of just rage quit.
Oh,
yeah.
I missed a thing then.
It was quite a moment. He blew a 4.0. That's not fucking around. That's a lot of booze.
That's
okay.
Yeah, he was.
Did he breathalyze himself?
Yeah, breathalyzer. I'm going to say this. Estonia through the eyes of Tim Reedy seems a lot more boring than I originally thought.
Yeah, it does a bit, actually.
That's
to be fair, he's locked in COVID. So,
oh, there's a picture of me in the Discord. I want to see.
Oh.
What kind of picture?
Look at your tiny little mouth.
Is it the tiny little mouth? Put a new profile.
It's a tiny little mouth.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I don't. Can I zoom in on this? I
So
don't
teeny
think-
tiny.
So it's your teeny wee mouth.
I can't zoom in on it, but look at my tiny
Just zoom in on.
mouth.
It's fun. That's very fun.
That's ridiculous.
Okay. So, Trustpilot score. So it's right down the middle.
Well, you saved it for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We needed to let Tim show us exactly how drunk he was before.
Yeah. I mean,
before
I
we
do,
did
by
this.
the way, I have developed a new theory, which is a new sign of telling if your friend is drunk, is if they're doing an accent that's definitely over the line, but you give them one go because you're like, he's had some pops. And then when they lean into it, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
We're done now.
I have started to realize that when I start to doubt how much I'm understanding the conversation, it's not me. that that it's usually I've subsequently found out on a few of those occasions that somebody in the conversation was really, really drunk and I didn't realize.
Oh my God. That's the story of my life. Is also
Yeah.
not. I also hate when have you ever had this where someone is really mean to you and then they are like, sorry, I was going through something, and you accept that as an apology? And then like a week later, you're like, wait a minute.
No,
Fuck
I
you.
don't. I never accept that as an apology because I've been through so much shit and I've never treated people too badly. So, I'm
Well,
just
yeah,
like,
it was.
it's not
It was
an
the
excuse."
combination of a bunch of stuff.
I love that because that's the inverse of John's. They were always nice to me. It's I was always nice to you. So
Yeah.
you can't be a monster. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing with that joke: 100% nailed it. Like it is so true of so many people. Oh, and by the way, the inverse of that is a couple of really nice people have been absolute cocks to me. Like there was one very famous British comedian who we've mended fences, but there was about a 2-year period where I was going to knock that motherfucker out. Like
Private chat.
Oh yeah, Tim's not here. I can share this because I feel like Tim would be loose lips sink ships. Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah. Spill the tea. Oh, it's been spilled. Very nice.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it
That's
was
really
so
great.
close.
I
It was so
didn't
at the Mac
like
Fest
that
in
person
particular.
when I met them.
Yeah, that person's done some work on themselves, thankfully.
Okay.
Always been super nice to me.
Yeah.
Never
It's
been
the way
anything
I-
nice to me. Even in train
look-
stations and stuff, when he doesn't have to talk to me. He's
Oh,
just like,
yeah.
hey, Chris, how are you? And we hang out.
I only barely met them, and I met them at a time that I think was a bad time for them. So, you know.
he and I, like, he is now a number one and very good, to the point that he showed me a trick of how to deal with Alex Edelman, who can be a difficult person to spend time with. But I do want to not live in a place where I'm just going, this fucking guy, because it's one of those things where Alex does have some good.
Yeah,
there is some good in him. It's just show business is on him like it's a disease, and his need to network can get very irritating. I heard a noise too, Ashley. Is your room now located very close to my room? Are you in East LA? You wouldn't say
No,
hello? You wouldn't come
I'm
for a
in
visit?
Glasgow. I'm in Glasgow, and it's very windy. And you know when it's really windy and the windows move?
Yes,
that's happening.
It's one of the many times where it took me leaving the UK to be like, wait, why don't they have storm windows? Like, it's one of those many times where you're like, wait, like when people are like, oh, it's such a drafty country, and you're like, drafts come from bad construction, and construction is something you can fix.
That's the funniest thing in the world to me when people are like, oh, I don't want any of those Polish people making my houses. It's like, I've been living in houses English people built for the last 10 years, and they're fucking trash, man. They're so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking
Not
of
a
which, I
single
got
door
some.
has fit a single jam. Always a draft.
Christopher, this is sidebar. The house that you've lived in London, that I lived in London, when do you think our landlord bought that house?
Oh,
I
I talked to him about it. He told me this. I can't remember. I want to say like the 70s, 60s?
Late 60s, meaning
60s,
he bought that thing for nothing.
20 grand.
Yeah.
Bought it for 20 grand. And then he almost bought the house next door, but he'd already bought another place for another 20 grand in like Whitechapel or something. And he's like, I can't do both. And he's like, imagine if I bought both these houses. I was like, yeah, man, I want to feel bad for you. I'm finding
I also want to say you probably can buy them right now. I remember the time he was just like, you won't see me for the next year. I'm going to Cyprus to relax. And in my head, I went, you're just taking the next year to relax, bro?
Oh, I hate that so much.
I mean,
I gotta. To be fair, he's an old man. He's relaxed. He's like retired, whatever. But
yeah, he's the nice man, and you
so
want him
nice.
to relax.
I'm gonna go take my clothes out of the dryer now. I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
I mean, I will say this is that this is the most living in an apartment move ever. This is not something that you really will understand in Europe, is that there's, I guarantee, like 2 washing machine dryers in Chris's apartment building, and he's doing the good boy move of you immediately change it over because someone is waiting to use that washer and dryer. And if you do not, someone is literally in their apartment being like, what if they never take the clothes out of the washing machine? Do I have to do that? And then
Or they passive aggressively take my shit out and leave it somewhere, and then I'm like, I don't want this on the counter, and I don't like that you touched my shit. So
See,
I'll
this
be
is the
right
thing
back.
is, I will refuse. I then have to wash it again because I'm like, what if this person has?
Yeah, I can't. I would wash it again.
Yeah, what if they have like the oil that gives you herpes on your genitals, but on your hands inexplicably? You know what I'm saying?
I wish I
Hand
didn't know what
herpes.
you were saying, but
Hand
I do.
peas.
I feel like we've gotten sidetracked from a few conversation pieces on this now.
Go ahead. Did we finish our debate over group sex? Because here's the main problem with group sex we haven't. Let me make my point. Is most of the people that are engaging in it make it a lot of people are doing it for the wrong reasons in that, and this is also a bit true of polyamory, in that you find people where one person in a relationship is doing it and then the other person doesn't want to break up, so they're very committed to trying to enjoy it, and then you just get one person being like, this is what I'm doing, and the other person just, I'm having a nice time.
I think it's because there isn't enough representation or discussion about it. Like, people are not really that willing to admit that it's something they enjoy or that they like to do, or that it can be something that's just not a big deal. Like, I think everybody still, like, I still get reactions about it, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's being made more of a big deal more and more. It's also where sex and all that is continually evolving and getting more understood in humanity because we're talking about it more. It's there's less stigma to it. You know what I mean, in 60 years we've gone to, like, if you had sex and if you did doggy style, you were considered a heretic to at this point in the West, where it's like, you know, have yourself a nice time.
Yeah, it's actually, it's weird because you asked me also how I'm getting on with school, and one of the things that I'm finding really difficult, which is not something I've ever found difficult, is My sexuality?
Go ahead.
Because I'm just aware that, like, it's one thing speaking to adults and, you know, being prepared to not let adults, like, tell me who I am or anything. But kids ask questions in a way where they just are curious and just kind of want to know you and understand you. And
Did one of the kids like ask you? They were like, they put up your
no,
hand,
but
they
I
were
just
"Can
feel
you
like
just
it
clarify
could happen
in terms of your sexuality." Well, how old are these kids? And also, I feel you're within your rights to be like, that's my private information, and I don't have to tell you. Also, then just lean in and go, I'm here to fuck your dads, and then just really, yeah, it's just like kind of just like, what?
and then lose my job. And it's just like, I mean, the kids I'm dealing with would be from the age of 11 up to about 17. And it's more just that, like, I know I don't have to tell them, but answers to those sort of things matter to kids.
I think that it's also that thing of, I think it's two different things. I think you can still give a good answer even if you don't have an answer, in that it's that thing of, I know what you're saying is you don't want, for a kid that's being like, I'm having sort of I like both of my best friends, one's a boy, one's a girl, what am I supposed to do? Is going, those are totally honest, normal I think you're allowed to address them. You don't have to address yourself, in that they're just looking for an adult that's not their parents, a non-consequential adult to get some advice from. In theory, I think you don't need to have that on offer. I think if a kid is coming to you and going, I have some questions, you've already presented yourself as a safe harbor, so you don't need to worry about giving yourself the answer.
It's honestly,
you know
it's not even that sort of situation that I'm worried about, though. It's more just like, so I've already had some kids come up to me and they're like, these are the bottom age group that I'd be dealing with, so about 11 years old. And it's like, they just kind of are fascinated by you being in their classroom or being in their school. And so I had them in a class, and then it turns out that a group of them are getting the same train home as me. And so I'm on the train station talking to two other student teachers, and they come up and they're like, Miss, you were in our class. And they have so much more bravado outside of the classroom, you know? So, you know, they're all egging each other on, and they're aware that they're not in school, so they don't really have to behave or whatever. But they're like trying to remember my name. And so
this is
like,
amazing.
I'm Miss Manning now.
Are you still talking about the polyamory community?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Miss Manning now, but it's also Miss and
Miss. Hey,
not
Miss.
Mrs.
Yeah.
No, but it's not Mrs.
No.
And that's like a distinction that is being made between like staff, female staff.
Are you making that distinction? Have you corrected Mrs.? It's Miss.
Yeah, and so it's a bit like, it's, you know, they're kind of like, is it Mrs. or Miss? And yeah, so it's just like,
just haven't found the right one yet. Well,
I mean, yeah,
stay away from Georgian geography. He's a bad boy. Yeah,
I think
we've all been there.
I think in answer to your question, Ashley, is I think what you should do is write on the board, sex is dirty, and then just pick one kid and go, shame.
Yeah, it's just that thing of like, everything you say to a child, it matters so much.
Yeah.
Like they just attach to it so much more than an adult would. And it's more just like, because that has happened. I believe a colleague of mine had a student badgering them, be like, Miss, do you have a boyfriend? Miss, do you have a boyfriend? Miss, do you have a girlfriend? When she kept saying no, and it's like, no, but you know, thanks for considering my options, I guess.
I also don't like, you know, much. I just would say, I don't think you need to give them that much intel and info.
You don't, but
you don't have
kids
to
are
answer,
just
but they're going to
persistent,
ask.
you know, and kids
Would
keep
they?
asking.
I don't remember ever being like, Ms. Who you fucking? Like, I remember my grade 4 teacher, Miss Stopar, the oldest man showed up one day, and she had a look of the looking back was like, "That is your boyfriend, and you are not pleased that everyone knows that." And that's about it. Like I just like. Here's what I was more preoccupied with. Can I leave? I want to leave school. I don't care about your personal life.
Isn't that one of the best moments in the world, though, when you see someone realize that they're dating someone, but they don't want the world to know that they're dating that person? When they walk in and they suddenly, it's oh no. So
Here's the best part of that is figuring out when you're like, what's with this person? They're feeling awkward today, and then you see that and you're like, nailed it.
There it is.
I know the answer.
Yeah. I just I do agree that they don't have any right to know anything about me, but there's not that many LGBTQ people that kids will get access to. And so it's not something I want to suppress. And I think it would be important for kids who are having feelings about their sexuality to know that a teacher is also queer.
Are you allowed? I don't know what the rules are. Are you actually allowed?
You are allowed. Yeah, you are allowed.
Sleep with the LGBTQ kids.
Whoa,
Ashley, don't just because it's okay. Just because it's allowed doesn't mean it's okay, Ashley. Don't
schools
not do that. For shame, Ashley.
But
Outrageous.
it's just like, I don't want to suppress it. I don't want it to be not part of who I am as a teacher. But I also, when adults inquire about my sexuality, I'm like, I don't owe you an answer. I don't subscribe to a label, to be quite honest. But kids need to grasp something. Like they just want, and because they don't mean it in the same way that adults do. Adults ask you these questions to judge you. Kids just want to know you. They just want to understand who you are and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm actually trying to figure out what my answer is.
How about like something really confusing with maybe you'll find out?
No.
You know what you should you know what you should do is do you know the song Mambo Number 5 by
Yeah. Put on Living La Vida Loca and go, all your answers are in this song.
Yeah, but just replace some of the ladies' names with a few of the guys' names, and then they'll understand.
Actually, have you thought about playing them the David Crosby song, "This Song Has No Words"?
Meaning like whatever this is the opposite of my sexuality. So take this and then just flip it completely, and that's where I'm at.
Just put on Ohio by CSNY and then just go, but not this.
What a song though.
Right?
What a fucking song.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this bit. Ashley, can you put on Ohio by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young? Here's a prediction. You're not going to enjoy it.
I'll put it on.
But you will like it more than you will like it more than the song you played yesterday.
I don't know. It's almost the same song.
It is not the same song in any way. First of all, the song yesterday far more folky. Well, this one is the nice that whasha whasha.
It's a fucking great song.
Okay.
Oh, we have to stop in 4 minutes, by the way. So we're going to immediately do this. Then plugs and raids, and we're ending. The reason why we're ending, while I'll explain, is I've been doing a podcast all year with Tim Fitzhine quietly. And we have to go attend a city council meeting because we're attempting to twin two cities called stuff. They have the same name, one in the UK, one in Canada. So it all comes down to this. So we'll find out how it goes. It's very funny.
I can't believe I didn't know you were doing a podcast with Tim Fitzhime.
We've been doing it all year. We keep having to take breaks because there's a lot of admin and like local government politics involved. It's quite intense.
You're such a podcast slut. You know that?
I certainly am. Here's what it is. It's all leftover stuff of COVID. I'm not going to be brought down by this and have to go get a real job. I'll just go start a bunch of stuff. And unlike everyone else, the three of us have followed through on our COVID activities. Like, bear in mind, if comedians that started doing Twitch, it's us and Gareth Waugh, and that's it. Everyone else is
Robotron, John.
Robotron, George Fox, like
Mary Lane is definitely still there.
Yeah, that's true. But other than that, like I haven't seen Glenn on in a long time. David Horse still doing it. David Horse still rocking it, I think. But most of them have stopped or they come back after like a month away. Like Christopher MacArthur Boyd is on occasionally after being on like every single day. And
you like Chaz, who I only like literally was just like I have to stop this, and so like, no, you seem like you liked it.
Yeah, Chaz dropped out. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that are gone. I don't think Gary Tro's doing it anymore.
More like
I like
Gary
this song
No
more than the
More
other
Stone.
one.
Oh. For Dead in Ohio.
Oh, it's Glenn Stefani. It's about a real shooting. There
Yeah,
was
it's
a,
about the
Kent State
shooting.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with America when people are like, oh man, America's in the worst place it's ever been. And I was like, I mean, the army hasn't shot 4 people yet. It will, but not yet.
Soldiers have, just not on orders.
No, but wait, no. Oh yeah, like yeah, that's actually the saddest thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it anymore.
Why is it the harmonies? I don't think you like
The
men
harmonies are
singing together.
awful.
That is patently not true. That is those
They're
are considered
awful.
that's considered one of the greatest harmonizing group of men in rock and roll. Madam
didn't enjoy
Ms.
that at all.
Ms.
Well, okay, we gotta sign out in a second. Before we do, we're getting I believe Eon DD teaches at a secondary.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
It's Eon DD.
I like Eon DD.
Eon
DD.
Eon DD. It's
Where
Owen.
are we going, Eon
Owen.
DD?
But it's
I'm
Eon
sorry.
DD. It's Eon DD.
It's
No,
Owen.
DD.
But apparently kids love gay teachers. So I know you're not
Well,
gay, but
this is the
but,
thing.
you know.
It's like, yeah, but I don't have a label. So
I mean, I got to be honest. I think that even one of the best things I'm speaking both from my heart and from my mouth. I think the best thing is.
Did you think he was going to say groin? I thought he was going to say groin.
I totally thought he was going to say and from
Fun
my
fact.
penis.
Yeah.
Fun fact. I didn't know what I was going to say. Is almost just say that of being like, I don't know how I would describe myself. I don't know if these like you know what I mean. Like it's also that thing with kids. It's sort of like you just sort of say stuff. It's also that thing of you don't know what's going to make an impact.
Yeah.
Like it might be that, or it also might be you like, I don't know, telling a horrific story about a time you had a medical procedure go horribly right, and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Some of the stories I tell people cause them panic attacks. I guess I'm not alone in that. And then you guys can be like, yeah, it just happens.
I do know that
I think
one
it'd be cool
of
for the kids
the
to have a no
things-
answer.
One of the things that resonated the most with me in terms of like sexuality and realizing I didn't have to define it was Mae Martin's book. Mae Martin's book is incredible, and I feel like kids should actually be reading it.
Is that her book that's called If I May Speak on This?
Is that a real book? Because I kind of want that now.
Absolutely not. But I mean, I really would like if Mae Martin. May I speak on that? Oh, that's very good. Also, fun fact. I just farted, and it may be the worst smelling fart I've ever had in my entire life. My nose is burning currently. Like, this is crazy.
Please calm down. Okay, cool. Nice.
I mean, I want you to
Really,
know
really good.
that is what I thought the cover of May I Speak on This should be. Podcast.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
pretty
it
good.
looks like is it Yes Please, the Amy Schumer, or not Amy Schumer, Amy, oh, I can't remember her name. She's a genius. Parks and Rec.
Poehler?
Poehler, yeah. Amy Poehler. Yeah,
Poehler.
she's got a similar thing, except the thing is shifted up and she's sitting underneath it. But that's
Very
cool.
excellent book. And
I
I,
like Mae a
actually
lot.
think it'd be appropriate for kids.
Oh, you know what? Boomstickery is right. She did write another. This is coming in from Boomstickery. Mae Martin. She wrote a book about going as an insect for Halloween called "Call Me Maybe."
That's such a stretch.
Yeah, that's a long way to go.
Maybe it
Such a
is
long
actually.
way to go.
I love it. I love it. Before we go, rest in peace, Mort Saul. Just died.
No way.
Yep, can't believe he
No
wasn't already
idea who
dead.
that is. I'm
One of
sorry.
the revolutionary American stand-ups brought politics into stand-up while still being like a Catskills
Yeah.
guy.
Also, fun fact about Mort Saul, very bitter. Here's how I know. I played a club that he played every Monday for like 30 years, and I remember talking to one of the techs, and I was like, "How's your day?" And he went, "Mort Saul's not playing here today. It's a good day." And I was like, "Wow, you just said that unsolicited."
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't get mentioned as one of the fathers of modern stand-up comedy for decades and still have no one want to work with you. That's that's not a good sign. All right, plugs and right. Let's get out of here so John can do his work. I have a meeting as well, actually. Ooh.
Oh, spell it though. MEA or MEA?
I have to sleep.
Nice. Yeah, fair enough.
Everyone, check out
little
all of our
sleep.
stuff. Thank you so much, Patreon subscribers. Thank you, followers. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Chris.
Yes, Patreon subs. The postcards will be done sometime from Spain.
I have postcards for you. I do not have Dubai postcards because the only postcards in Dubai that they had were made of wood and were prohibitively expensive, which I was like, well played, Dubai.
That would be expensive to post as well.
This was my thought. So I was gonna I went, you'll be all getting postcards from Los Angeles that I will then scratch out and put Dubai.
Nice. If you're gonna be in Vancouver this weekend, I'm doing shows. I'm at the 604 Records studio, and I'm at Art Gallery or something. That's on East Cordova. Slice of Life. That's what it's called. Come see me there. That'll be fun.
Yeah. And go find Chris on the ferry ride from Vancouver Island. I remember the buffets being very good when I was a child. Go ahead, Ashley.
It's a white spot now.
I'll be supporting John on his show in November, November 28th, Sunday in Monkey Barrel.
Be
Go
there
buy tickets.
Or be square.
I have a fun intro planned for him.
Nice. Thanks, Eon DD.
Oh, stop it.
What did Eon DD do?
He just said he
No,
loves
it's
the
not.
stream.
It's not what he did. It's what you did.
Eon DD, that's so nice.
It's very nice.
Owen, I'm sorry.
Eon DD.
Eon needs
some Mediterranean.
I mean, my name is Ruben. That's a very fun one. All right, I gotta go. I'm having too much fun and don't want to go do that. I want to stay doing this. So
I want to go to bed. So
Mary Elaine, Ruffle Bricks, or Fox Comedy?
Mary Elaine. No, we did Mary Elaine yesterday.
Mary Elaine yesterday.
I know we did it yesterday, but like,
do it again. Fuck it. Let's go
Let's
see
do
Mary
it
Elaine.
again.
Wow, back-to-back Mary Elaines.
All right, let's watch this old lady.
Oh yeah, if you want us to do a summary, put it in the Discord. Have a wonderful time. Thanks for coming through. We love you all.
See you tomorrow. Go fuck yourselves.
And others.
That's all. Penis into her vagina. And that's all. That's all. And that's called sexual intercourse. Some people call it having sex. So the man passes the sperm to the woman, and now his